Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the sixth part of our lesson series in Quran from the book titled My Quran Teacher. I am Mudaris Sulaiman Ali. Happy listening. Al-Juzu As-Sadis Part 6. Al-Juzu As-Sadis Part 6. لعلك فهمت. I hope you understand. MashaAllah. So here is another set of Arabic alphabets. I am going to read, so you repeat after me, focusing on the right pronunciation of each of the letters. Wahid number 1. So the first letter from the screen. Fa'un. 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 So the second letter. Qafun. Qa. Qafun. 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 So the third letter is Kafun. 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 Note, a Kafun is pronounced with letter Q in English, while Kafun is pronounced with letter K in English. Kafun and Kafun. So I take it again. The first letter is Fa'un. So you repeat after me. Fa'un. Fa'un. As in Fanta. Fada. Fa'un. As in Fada. Fa'un. 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 Ithnan number 2. Qafun. 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 Thalatha number 3. Kafun. 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 لعلك فهمت. I hope you understand. MashaAllah. Now the quick revision. So try as much as you can to identify each of the following letters. Wahid number 1. So the first letter from the first line is Fa'un. Fa'un. Remember, Fa'un and Qafun share the same shape. Fa'un and Qafun share the same shape. However, there is one thing that differentiates Fa'un from Qafun. Fa'un has one dot written on top of it, and Qafun has 2 dots written on top of it. Despite that they share the same shape, so the difference lies in the dots. 1 dot for Fa'un and 2 dots for Qafun. Once again, Fa'un. Fa'un. So the second letter from the first line is Kafun. Ka with letter K. Kafun. 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 So the third letter from the first line is Qafun. 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 Remember, Qafun and Kafun, they almost sound alike. Qafun and Kafun almost sound alike. However, so you pronounce Qafun with letter Q and Kafun with letter K. Kafun is pronounced with letter K, and Qafun is pronounced with letter Q. So once again, the first letter from the first line is Fa'un. Fa'un. So the second letter from the first line is Kafun. 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 So the third letter from the first line is Qafun. Qafun. Ithnan, number 2. So now the first letter from the second line is Kafun. 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 Now the second letter from the second line is Qa. Qafun. Qa. Qa. Qafun. 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 Now the third letter from the second line is Fa'un. Fa'un. Fa. 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 Fa'un. 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 As in father. Fa'un. Thalatha, number 3. So, how do you identify the first letter from the third line? So, the first letter from the third line is what? Did you say Fa'un? That is correct. Excellent. So, Fa'un is the first letter. Fa'un. Fa'un. So, how do you identify the second letter from the third line? Okay, the second letter is what? Did you say Qafun? Good job. That is correct. So, the second letter is Qafun. 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 So, now the third letter. Remember the third letter and the second letter almost sound alike. So, how do you now differentiate or distinguish between the two? Using their right sound. Okay, now the third letter is what? Did you say Kafun? Excellent, that is correct. So the third letter is Kafun. 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 I take it again. So the first letter from the third line is Fa'un. 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 Remember, Fa'un has one dot written on top of it. And Fa'un has a round head. Fa'un has a round head. Fa'un is unlike Goinun. Goinun has a flat head. Goinun has a flat head. The shape of the head of Goinun is flat. And the shape of the head of Fa'un is round. So this Fa'un has one dot written on top. Fa'un has one dot written on top. And the shape of the head is round. So Fa'un has a round head. So the one dot written on Fa'un differentiates Fa'un from Qafun. So now the second letter is Qafun. Qafun. Qafun has two dots. Qafun has two dots, which makes it different from Fa'un. And Qafun also has a round head. Qafun has a round head. Now the last letter or the third letter from the third line is Kafun. Kafun. Remember to pronounce Kafun with letter K, not letter Q. So Qafun is pronounced with letter Q. Qafun. 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 And Kafun is pronounced with letter K. Kafun. Kafun. As in Kabiru. Kafun. As in Kabir. Kafun. Kafun. لعلك فهمت. I hope you understand. MashaAllah. Now the revision exercise of the lesson covered so far. Alfun. 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 Ba'un. 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 Ta'un. 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 Tha'un. 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 Next. Jimun. 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 Ha'un. 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 Next. Dalun. 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 Dhalun. 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 راء 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 زاي زاي زاي. Next. سين 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 شين 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 صاد 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 ضاد ضاد ضاد. Next. طاء 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 ظاء ظاء ظاء. عين 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 غين غين غين. Next. فاء 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 قاف 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 كاف كاف كاف. So that is the revision of the lessons covered so far. لعلك فهمت. I hope you understand. ما شاء الله. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Make sure to visit our online store to buy a copy of our ebooks, which comprises of video clips and PDF file via the link below, right there at the comment section. Like the video, share it, and hit the subscribe button below with the bell icon. مع السلامة وإلى اللقاء آخر.